Okay, I'm bored, you're bored, let's get this over with. This is gonna be part one to what Deku had a berserker quirk. And yeah, this one's gonna be somewhat interesting here. Alright. We begin at Izuku's birth. He's calm, he's quiet, he's not crying at all. So yeah, the doctor spanks him. He wakes up, glaring at the doctor and punches him, sending him almost through the wall. He lands on his feet and staying tall as hell. The doctor is saying, that hurt like hell. Then Deku, not being able to talk, but still angry, he lets out this crazy loud roar that can be heard throughout the hospital. But then some red mist actually starts to emanate from his mouth and envelop the whole room, going into the other doctors and the male nurses and doctors. They start to fall down to their knees. The bones start breaking, and they start to actually grow in size as well as muscle mass. The doctor who just got smacked by Izuku is looking at this and is wondering, what the fuck is his kid's quirk? In which Deku, looking at him, just points, and the male doctors and nurses start running straight at him and beating the shit out of him. Inko was still unconscious, and the female nurses and doctors are looking at what's happening because they sure as hell can't do anything. With one that's like, wait, I got an idea. She approaches Izuku and just picks him up, tries to calm him down because she sees his eyes. He is pissed. So she is trying her best to calm him down. It's not working. The doctor is screaming for help. Help me, please! Help me! In which, yeah, it is not pretty. Which is, Izuku, he looks at Inko's like, he starts reaching for her. He's like, oh, that's what you want. And yeah, the nurse just gives Deku to Inko, and he instantly starts calming down. In which the male nurses and doctors just stop. The mist leaves their bodies and goes back into Izuku, in which they shift back to normal and pass out. The doctor is cowering in fear, saying, please tell me it's over. I don't. I won't go to another hospital. I think they broke something. In which, yeah, they broke his 6 of his ribs, his arm, his leg. It's battered and bruised. He's bloodied up. His face, has a broken nose. His skull is fractured, and he's wondering, what is that kid? One of the female nurses just walks up and trying to look at Izuku, and what she sees is, instead of his eyes having pupils, she sees this symbol, which caused her to jump back for a second. Like, what is it? What did you see from that little demon? And where she just answers, you see, it's, from what I've known, he has the berserker symbol in his eyes. No pupils. What? Yeah. And what I can tell, His quirk is very powerful. No shit! Did you see what happened to me? But in his defense, you did smack him and made him angry. Woman, that was nothing compared to what he made them do to me. But it's, yeah, but it's not his fault. He didn't know you didn't mean to hurt him. Like, seriously, for some, I don't know why we have to make the babies cry. I don't get that. But that's not my fault. True, but you made him mad, and this was your punishment. Miss Midoriya, yes, please take your kid home and get him to the fucking quirk doctor. Get get this beast registered. Well, that's not very nice, calling my son a beast. Who knows? I might sick him on you again. Your son almost got my nurses and doctors to kill me. Thank God it didn't seem to work on you or the other females for some reason. Maybe because he's not strong enough. This he could be a very helpful hero. A hero? That boy belongs in the military base. He he. Seriously, what? Your son is a fucking monster. If the nurse is right about that symbol in his eyes, God help us all. Whatever. She takes Izuku home. Izuku, he's calm again. He's very docile when he's not angry, you know. Next day, Inko does take him to the quirk doctor, which she tells him what happened, in which the doctor just does his best to explain it to her. Well, you see, Miss Midoriya, it seems like your son's quirk is berserker based, or at least rage based, in which he is at least as strong as at least 10 men as he is, with super reflexes, stamina, strength, all that, and a slight healing factor so far. But that mist you described seems to actually, when it envelops men, or at least a person who's susceptible to it, to become berserkers themselves, and giving them a huge boost. And you said he commanded them? Yeah. Okay. I know just what to call your son's quirk. What? Yeah. If anything, it seems like he would be the Berserk King, or Berserker King, whichever. So, my son is able to, if he gets strong enough, potentially amass an army within a crowd of regular citizens and command them to do whatever he sees as necessary. From what I hear about that doctor, oh, those nurses and doctors really had to apologize profusely after what they did under your son's command. I suggest you help him control this. Otherwise, he could be a danger to everyone around him. Huh. Not to mention, he could be a pretty good hero if he could turn the villains against them, their own. comrades. But if he were to become a villain, the Hero Society as would potentially crumble over the masses that he could command. Huh, interesting. So my son is potentially a king that could create an army within a matter of moments. Yes, and from what I see, your son didn't want to kill the doctor. He wanted them to beat up the doctor for hurting him. God knows what would happen if the doctor had stabbed him by accident or something, or ugh, if cutting the umbilical cord would have hurt the child, that doctor possibly would have been dead. Huh. She looked at Izuku, and Izuku's just calm. He's just quiet. He's sleeping right now. So, what you're saying is I need to keep this under control. At the very least, I should help him train it. And yes, if he can't control his anger, countless people may end up in critical conditions, if not dead. And yeah, he's basically, you could say, yes, a king, as well as a enhancement quirk. Hmm. So he has an emitter slash enhancement quirk. Indeed. At the very least, he's very powerful. If he could do that as a newborn infant, God knows what he could do as a full grown adult. Hmm. Yes. Thank you, Doctor. I'll take all this into consideration. Nico, looking at her son, is like, well, kid, you're gonna be a handful. But don't worry. I'll be able to whip you into shape soon enough. Let's have a time skip to when Deku's 4 now. People already know he has a quirk because he, he actually has to have papers, or at least to at least tell them what his quirk is and explain it in great detail. Because, yeah, Inko's made it her mission to make sure her son is comfortable. Not doesn't get angry unless it's for training. But sometimes things don't go as planned. And Deku just so happens to see Bakugo bullying this little girl. Which he steps in and, just in front of Bakugo, telling him to back off. He's like, Izuku, get out of my way. Why? This weakling thinks they can be a hero. But I'm here to set the record straight. Back off, Kachan. Why should I? You can't even use your quirk in public, unlike me. That's because there's no one to stop you. But so help me. Uh, fine. Fine, fine. Let's go, guys. Like, what, really? But you were so it's like, are you okay? Then Bago sends an explosion, saying Deku at least flying a couple of feet. Then Deku starts to get angry. his muscles start to bulge a little bit, and Bakugo's looking at this like, oh wait, I forgot. What is it? We're not supposed to make him angry. Then the mist starts to come out of his mouth again and envelops Bakugo's lackeys. Which, yeah, Bakugo realized what he's really done. Katron, let's see how you like being bullied. Attack! And his own goons start beating the snot out of him. Up until Deku actually gains his composure enough, it's like, enough! Come back here. And he makes the mist leave their bodies and go back into him. And they pass out with Bakugo already bruised and with a bloody nose and busted lip. Just then the girl's like, how did you do that? Well, my quirk is called Berserker King. I have the abilities of a berserker plus a healing factor, but I can also imbue that same power to other people. And yeah, they're under my control until yeah, release them. That's amazing. Um, do you want to hang out? No, I can't. I'm going to have to explain this to my mom, but you should go ahead before you get into trouble too. Uh, okay. And she leaves. Miski and the other boys' parents show up, as well as Inko's like, what happened? Deku being the only one awake. It's like, yeah, Bakugo tried to bully someone. I tried to stop him. He was acting like he's about to leave until he sucker punched me. And so I got upset and got them to beat him up. Whoa, okay, Izuku? Yes. What did I tell you about using your berserker mist? Hmm. I, I, I'd rather call it my battle cry. She just smacks him back of the head. It's like, boy, now's not the time. I'm sorry. Please accept my apology. He's saying this in front of Miski and the other parents. Because yeah, those guys are out cold, especially Bakugo. Like, we understand. We understand. It's just we wish you didn't have to. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to either. But don't worry, I'm learning how to control this better every day. Instead of having my miss go around the whole area, I'm actually able to aim it now. Huh, interesting. I know, right? Thanks. But yeah, you could be a great hero with that quirk. Even better than All Might. I think I'm already better than All Might. What? Oh yeah, Berserkers. They don't. They're pretty much like All Might, except better. What? You see, we Berserkers don't have to worry about, injuries because we can't feel them. We keep going until we're either killed or our target is neutralized. Huh. But yeah, thanks to my mom, he just creates some small mess. Like, I've gotten a good handle on how I should use this stuff. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna take our kids home. See ya. See ya, Ingo. Yeah, and yeah, sorry again. My kid is very protective. I wish they go home and like, Izuku. Like, yes, ma'am. We're gonna have to up your training. Why? Because you got angry over getting sucker punched. Villains are gonna do that too, but worse, they're gonna be wanting to kill you. Uh, that's not fair. Why should I get punished for Bakugo being a jerk? It's not about that. You just need to learn better control. That's all. Okay, Mom. Over the years, Deku has gotten a lot more control over his quirk, making it so Bakugo's sparks don't do anything. No matter how much Bakugo actually challenges Deku over the years, Deku is always on top, especially considering that healing factor mixed in with Berserker's inability to feel pain makes him even more dangerous. Plus, with every injury he does get being healed, makes him just that much stronger. Don't get me wrong, it's the healing factor isn't that strong, but it will help with cuts and bruises. If it gets injured enough, it will leave some scars. But, as you must know, to increase your healing factor, or at least make it better, you're going to have to train it. Ingo doesn't want him doing that, so sometimes Bakugo and Deku do go overboard, with Deku sustaining some scars. Luckily, Ingo hasn't seen them yet. And now we get to when Deku's 14. When the teacher says that he wants to go for UA, no one laughs at him. In fact, they think, well, if he's going to UA, they don't have their hands full because they know how strong he is. Bakugo, on the other hand, I know he's somewhat scared of Deku's power, but wondering what if he, what would happen to my quirk if he gave me his berserker power. And that is where I'm going to end this part off right now. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, but like usual, I gotta think it was a good story to make it work. He's not gonna be like Guts. I, 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 oh my god, I feel so sorry for Guts. He got dealt a terrible hand, man. Seriously. But you know what? I'm out. The peace and the love, children.